Good morning. We have completed the second session G entrance gallery. Today we start with the discussion of previous year's question papers of the chapter quadratic equations and inequalities. This question has occurred in All India Engineering Entrance Exam 2011. Okay. So write down these questions on the notebook which we have set up for the previous day of our exam. Okay, so let us start. First question. Sachin and Rahul attempted to solve a quadratic equation. Sachin made a mistake in writing down the constant term and ended up in roots 4, 3. Rahul made a mistake in writing down the coefficient of x to get roots 3, 2. The correct roots of the equation are option -4, -3, B 6, 1, C 4, 3 and D -6, -1. Okay, question. Sachin and Rahul attempted to solve a quadratic equation. Sachin made a mistake in writing down the constant term and ended up in roots 4, 3. Rahul made a mistake in writing down the coefficient of x to get roots 3, 2. The correct roots of the equation are options A -4, -3, B 6, 1, C 4, 3 and D -6, -1. Okay, that is the question. Now I will give you 5 minutes. Just read down the question thoroughly and let me know what you have understood, and then we will start. Okay. Okay, so let us start. Here, two students are solving a quadratic equation and both of them make mistakes in writing down that equation. The first student makes the mistake in writing down the constant term and then solving that wrong equation, he obtained the results 4 and 3. Similarly, the second student makes the mistake in writing down the coefficient of x and then solving that wrong equation, he obtained the results 3 and 2. That is the problem here, and we are asked to solve the correct equation. We are not given the equation, we are given only these hints, and from these hints we have to find out the correct equation and hence solve it. Okay, so first of all let us choose the required correct equation as ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 and their roots as alpha and beta. That is, we choose the required correct equation as ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 and their roots as alpha and beta. Now, we have the quadratic equation whose sum and product of the roots are given is x square minus sum of the roots into x square minus sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots is equal to 0. A quadratic equation whose sum and product of the roots are given is x square minus sum of the roots into x plus product of to 0. Now we consider the first case, that is the first student makes the mistake in writing down the constant term, that is he made the mistake here, okay, which means that in his equation the sum of the roots is correct to our required equation, okay, that is in his wrong equation the sum of the roots is same as that of our correct equation. Roots may be different since he wrote down a wrong equation. Roots are also wrong, but sum of the roots is same in his equation and in our correct equation. Okay. According to his equation, sum of the roots is 4 plus 3, 7. So we can say that in our correct equation also sum of the roots is 7. Okay. Next we consider the second case, that is the second student made the mistake in writing down the coefficient of x, that is he makes the mistake here. Coefficient of x means he makes the mistakes in writing down the sum of the roots. So in his equation the product of the roots is correct to that of our required equation. Okay, according to his equation product of the roots is 3 into 2, 6. So we can say that in our equation also, our required equation also, product of the roots is 6. Roots are wrong since we wrote down a wrong equation, but according to his equation, product of the roots is correct to that of our required equation. In his equation, product of the roots is 3 into 2, 6. So we can say that in our required equation also, product of the roots is 6. We have the quadratic equation whose sum and product of the roots are given is x square minus sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots is equal to 0. So our required equation is x square minus sum of the roots 7 into x plus product of the roots 6 is equal to 0. Okay. So our required equation is x square minus 7x plus 6 is equal to 0. Now we obtained the equation, correct equation, and now we have to solve it. Okay. Now we have to just split this as the last term must be the product of the roots and middle term must be the sum of the roots. Now we can split this as x minus 6 into x minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay. Now we split this quadratic equation as this. Okay. Either you can choose the formula of quadratic equation minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, here we no need of it since this is a simple quadratic equation. We can split this as this way. Okay, that is the product of the roots must be the last term and sum of the roots must be the middle term. So we can split this as this. Now the roots are, that is, which means that either x minus 6 is equal to 0 or x minus 1 is equal to 0, which means that x is equal to 6 and 1. Okay, that is the roots of our required equation. Okay, so our required equation is x square minus 7x plus 6 is equal to 0 and their roots are 6 and 1. Okay.